Hey guys, how's it going? I've gotten loads of questions about Verbero Cypress stick. I'm going to try and remember and answer most of them, but I've got so many that I probably won't be able to remember all of them. I also have this stick out here because I got it in the mail today from Untitled Hockey, and I figured I would compare them and it'd be a good comparison for the Verbero stick. The Verbero Cypress, as everyone has been asking me questions, and I'm sick of answering everyone individually, so I just wanted to do it for everybody. We'll start with the look of the stick. I'm sure everyone's seen it, everyone who asked at least. It's so different than any stick that I've ever seen. I think that Bauer came out with one that looked like wood, but as most of you know, there's actually wood in this stick. It's wood inlays. So where you see what looks like wood, that actually is. You can't see it because I taped it, but the blade is wood as well right here. Actually, we'll get to that after because I have something to say about that. So one thing I did notice about this stick was it's a bit thinner than the stick I was used to. At first I thought it may have been a junior and I was using an intermediate, but it is an intermediate stick. I don't know if that's popular for inline hockey or not, but for me, when I got it, I was like, oh man, like, is this going to affect stick handling or shooting or slap shots? And as soon as I got on the ice with it, actually, I think I went to the Milik rink first, the ball hockey rink, and I was like, oh my god, I should have been using a stick this thin my whole life. So that's just something to consider if you are considering getting this stick, that it does feel a bit thinner than the average stick. I brought out this stick to compare. Now, I don't know if you can see the difference there, but there is quite a difference. They're both an intermediate. So I would think for stick handlers and like forwards, I would assume, or defensemen, take it undone, this is a great stick. Wrist shots, accuracy is great, I found. And that could be because I have a better grip on the stick. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the same for a 200-pound man using this stick, trying to do a big clapper with it, but for me, it was perfect. So thinner feel to it. I prefer like the rounder shaft on my stick. I always have, and this one has that. Perfect. As soon as I gripped it, I was like, oh, love it. There's no grip on this one. That's what I think. No, there's no grip on it, which again I prefer. We'll go down to the blade. Another thing I found, and it could just be because of the curve that I was used to using, this is a bit different, is the blade is a bit rounder at the end. I'm assuming that's just because of the curve and the different blade, but the tape job was hard to do with it. That's about it. Other than that, it didn't affect anything. Anyway, so I actually had to get used to this curve with this stick, and it was very, very easy. Like right away, I was like, I should have been using this my whole life. One thing I did want to talk about was I used this on the Milik rink for about, I'd say, 7 or 8 times with no tape on it. And I used the stick handling pucks, and they're a lot harder. They're like hard plastic. They're not rubber. So they did chip the middle of the blade. So there's a little chip on it. The cool thing about that is I got to see the wood that's actually in the blade. So there's wood in there. But people asked about durability, and I'm going to say that has really nothing to do with it because I was on the Milik rink and I wasn't on the ice. I didn't have tape on it. I wasn't using a ball, and I was going pretty hard with stick handling on it. The good thing is that usually when you use a stick on the Milik rink, it's not like inline hockey, I don't think. It's more of a rough material, so it chews away at blades. If you use a wooden stick on it, like, you'll have half the blade after like 9 games. So I just took the risk with this one, and I kept checking it, and it held up perfectly. Now, that could be because Verbero does a lot of inline equipment, and a lot of their community is inline, so maybe they thought of that when manufacturing this stick, but I was shocked. I've never had a stick that held up in the Milik rink, so that was nice not to have to use tape on there. Another thing we can talk about is the feel on the puck. What they said was because of the wood, it would be a more natural feel, and I agree 100%. That could be because it's a thinner shaft, and then you see, so I did have better grip on it, but as soon as I grabbed the stick, I felt like my stick handling was really natural. Usually it takes me a little bit to warm up my hands, probably like half a game. But I grabbed the stick and right away it was pretty flawless. So I was really, really happy about that. Shooting, I am not a huge person for slap shots, so I don't really want to say anything about taking a slap shot with it. You'll have to judge that on your own. But wrist shots, again, natural feel, the accuracy, like I shit you not, it was better. It could be because I'm getting used to a new blade too, a new curve on the blade, but I was roofing. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to continue using this stick 100%, hopefully never break it. For the durability, I'm not hard on sticks at all. So again, you'll have to judge that for yourself, but so hopefully I'll have this stick for a few years. I love it. I bet for people who play in leagues and camps, you'll get a lot of comments and questions on where you got it. So I would say I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, and the only reason I'm giving it a 9 is because I can't comment on the durability of it, only because I don't work sticks very hard and I've only used it 9 times, but for those 9 times it's held up well. Good job, Verbero.